Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Movie Monday. As you can see, I'm still hanging out in PAX in my hotel room Monday, so I'll be heading home tomorrow. So this episode of Movie Monday, I have not sat down and watched any movies. I thought about maybe in honor of like the typical cohort of people I hang out at these events with, doing a review of Unfriended, but then I would have to talk about Unfriended, and that was a shit movie. So instead, I landed on looking ahead to the rest of the year and what I'm interested and excited about seeing. So we're just going to run through a few of the movies that are coming out throughout the rest of the year that I am excited about. So up first, here in a couple weeks, in September 22nd, we have Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I really enjoyed the first Kingsman movie. Kind of surprised, I think, a lot of people, myself included, in how fun and crazy action-fueled it was. Kind of a new take on the James Bond type of formula, and kind of like send up of the James Bond type of formula, with a lot of humor thrown in for good measure. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the sequel pans out. It's doing that weird thing where it's bringing back like one of its beloved stars who seemingly died in the first movie, in that we've seen Colin Firth in the trailers. So I'm a little wary of how it's going to do that and how it's going to handle it, and make it not feel like a big FU to the stakes of the first movie. Because one of the weirdly great things about that first movie is that Colin Firth did die, and it changed how we saw the third act of that movie. We had to kind of deal with a world without Colin Firth's character in it, and how would that affect the others. So to bring him back seems like maybe a little bit of a cop-out to that, but we shall see. After that, we have Blade Runner, which I've never admittedly seen the first Blade Runner movie, so maybe this will be kind of as good a reason as any to go back and watch that before the new one comes out. And even the new one, I'm not super excited for, having not had that history with it, and nothing in the trailers has been like, oh, I need to see this movie. But I think it's enough like a pop cultural kind of landmarky, icon-y kind of thing that it makes sense that I should go check it out. And so yeah. I will probably, in advance of it, also see the original Blade Runner. Then in November, on November 3rd, we have Thor Ragnarok coming out. And if you saw my ranking the Marvel movies video from a few weeks back, the Thor movies, aren't the highest ranked in that list. But I enjoy a little bit of their charm and their endearing quality. At least the first one. The second one kind of felt meh. But the trailers for this new one seem like they're definitely leaning into like weird Guardians of the Galaxy type of tone and style that I think will hopefully breathe a brand new style of life into Thor. So I'm really excited about that. I'm a little wary of the reports that are like, oh yeah, like 80% of dialogue was improvised or something like that, because I don't like that. Feels like it has the chance of not working at all in a Marvel movie. Like, I'm sure the lines were written and that there was like the points that they had to hit in the conversation, but it seems like they may have let like the actual words and the actual acting kind of go up to chance a little bit more, and rely on like the improvisational qualities of some of the performers. So who knows, but I'm excited for it, and hopefully it continues the run of outstanding Marvel stuff. Then a couple weeks later, we have DC's shot at it with the Justice League movie, November 17th. There's been a lot of building up to this. Not as much as we had with like the Avengers build-up stuff, but they've been kind of coming all to a head to this Justice League movie, and seeing the whole team come together should be interesting. Hopefully, it's undoubtedly going to feel a little weird, and potentially like tonally weird, given that due to the unfortunate passing of Zack Snyder's son, I believe, that he had to step down off the project, and Joss Whedon came in to take over for it. So those two men have very disparate design and directorial styles. So I feel like we might run into the risk of it being like another Ant-Man situation where you could very clearly see certain moments that were Edgar Wright moments, and then you also had, I believe, that was Peyton Reed on that one, maybe Peyton Reed or Adam McKay, I don't recall. But very different styles that potentially will clash, but hopefully everything will be good. I don't know. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that anything outside of Wonder Woman in the DC verse really has wowed me. I mean, like, I enjoyed the first Man of Steel even, but Batman v Superman just kind of went in such a wrong direction after that for me, and Suicide Squad was just bad for me. So I will go into Justice League expecting the worst probably, and hopefully be pleasantly surprised. But of course, it's a comic book movie, so of course I'm going to go check it out. Then December 15th, we have probably what I'm most excited for: Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It probably won't have as much like hype and excitement around Force Awakens, because that was like our first new Star Wars in years, and now we're getting Star Wars every year. But it's still like, it has the potential to be incredible and exciting, and the Empire Strikes Back of this new trilogy. And so I'm excited to hop back into that world and those characters. I really enjoyed a lot of the new characters that got introduced in Force Awakens, so I want to see what happens next with them. I want to see what Luke has been doing on that island in isolation. I want to see, why he's come to this decision that, like, the Jedi and the Sith just need to be done. So yeah, looking forward to The Last Jedi. And then on December 22nd, to round out the year, we have the 1-2 punch of Jumanji and Pitch Perfect 3. Jumanji I'm going to go see just because it's The Rock, and it's probably going to be really, really dumb, but hopefully fun and hopefully action-filled. And then Pitch Perfect, I really enjoyed the first Pitch Perfect movie. The second Pitch Perfect movie felt like it wasn't really needed, and this third one probably also isn't really needed, but I still enjoyed the second one enough. It was like a nice go see it one time kind of thing. I don't think I've ever gone back and watched it, but I really enjoy Anna Kendrick, and so I think I'll be checking out Pitch Perfect 3 as well. So in all, that's only like 7 movies for the rest of the year that I'm really excited about, and I've got this weekly movie show where I talk about movies, so I'm gonna have to figure something out there. Admittedly, some of the movies I've seen and talked about on this would not have been on a like what I'm most excited to see list. So I am going out and kind of going outside of my comfort zone in some of the movies that I'm choosing to see. But I might also use something like the original Blade Runner as one of the weeks of content, kind of to fill in the gaps throughout the rest of the year. So those are the movies I'm looking forward to for the rest of 2017. Let me know what you're keeping your eye on in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.